I'm ReidMD, and this is how I made the beat for Bandit by Don Toliver. It wasn't a throwaway beat, but I made it for like Destroy Lonely at first. So I would just send him like packs every day, sometimes 2 to 3 packs a day. And that just happened to be one of the beats that I was like, this is gonna go to Lone. I got the beat to Don through his engineer, Young Era. I didn't find out about it until I was scrolling on TikTok one day and I saw an unreleased song performed by Don Toliver in Berlin, quotation marks Bandit. What the hell is that? And I hear the dun, 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 and I'm like, whoa. And I just hear the, I did it for love, and I freaked out. All right, let's get into the breakdown. So I was on YouTube looking for samples and I just like right-clicked on a playlist, and this just happened to be the second one that I clicked on. And I heard the drums and the guitar, it just sounded anthemic. I was working on beats for Lone's album and I just knew this one was special. I downloaded it and brought it into FL, and this is what it sounds like. And that's what it sounded like straight out of YouTube. I didn't listen to Tame Impala much, but when it came time to clearing it, everyone was telling me it's 1 more hour, I know that song, I know that song. Next, I took the vocal out of the sample to give more room for the artist to spaz on for the verse. This was in 2022. At the time, FL Studio didn't have the extract stems from sample option, so I had to go to Melody ML and I extracted the bass, the drums, and the vocals, and instrumental. After that, I found this part of the sample that I liked and I pitched it down. I used halftime at 1/8 and I used color copy bass. I gave it like a very eerie, spacey sound. Next, I added this synth to create an eeriness in this beat switch. Then I put the same halftime on the synth because I wanted it to just be darker. I wanted it to just be a whole different atmosphere in the second part of the beat. Then I isolated the bass from the sample and EQ'd it so it wouldn't clash with the 808s. This is how it sounds. And then I found a part of the sample where the guitar is just running up and I pitched it up and reversed it, and this is how it sounds. I also isolated a part of the vocals, but I didn't want them to clash with Don's, so I had it fade back in. When I put all those sounds together, it creates a lot of room for the artist to just rip the beat, and this is how it sounds. For the drums, I start with the hi-hats because I like to get an initial bounce. And at the bottom of the screen, you can see the velocity. I like to play with that to give a difference in volume. You don't really notice it, but you feel it. Then I went to the clap. I wanted to keep it simple. I went to my drum kit and I used the dog clap. This is how it sounds. Then I went to the snares, and I love to create simple bounces within patterns, and this is how that sounds. Next, I went on to the 808s, and I just followed the root notes of the sample because It just sounded too unique to me for me to not use it. Lastly, I added this Zay Chant. You've probably heard it in a lot of beats. You probably didn't even know, but it just adds energy to a track. Finally, I put all the drums together, and this is how they sound. After I put the melody and the drums together, this is how the final beat sounds. And that's how I produce Bandit. I'm usually like a loop maker, I guess, in the eyes of other producers. So when you get a hit like this, it's different. Seeing it online go crazy is one thing, but when your family is like finally starting to understand, like, oh, this is what he's doing in his room 24/7. This is what he says he's been doing this whole time, and then it finally comes to fruition. It's special. People are gonna doubt you. People are gonna say whatever. You just gotta lock in with God, and if you believe in yourself, you're gonna make it happen. I'm ReidMD, and you're watching Behind the Beat with RapTV.